Hello, this is Michael Wojcik with your Our Town Legislative Rundown. The legislature is back in session, and that means politicians trying to follow up on their campaign promises. We know that with every session, different items are likely to be priorities, and because this session there is a trifecta with one party in power in both the House, Senate, and Governor's Mansion, there's more likely a chance of seeing some things get done. That said, because of the close margins in both the House and the Senate, bipartisan bills are still more likely to be done, and even small wavering within a particular party can derail an otherwise important effort. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but there are some key priorities that are likely to be taken up this year in the legislature. First and foremost, with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, we expect to see action on reproductive rights in the State House. We also expect to see the state surplus addressed. Now, that's a very substantial number on the order of $18 billion, but once you pull out one-time funds and inflation, it gets to be quite a bit less than that, but still substantial. Typically, the first year of a biennium is dealing with bonding bills as well, and we expect to see something that will come out on bonding as well. Paid family and sick leave has been a priority for the party in power for some period of time, and we do expect to see some legislation related to that. And finally, K-12 education funding, in particular special education funding, which has been difficult for local governments, is also likely to be a priority this session. Now, those 5 priorities we do expect to see action on. One that we're not so sure about is legalization of marijuana. This has been a hot topic for a long period of time, but it appears that in early indications there maybe not be the support there to get a bill entirely done. So we know it's going to be discussed in both the House and the Senate. We'll see if there are votes in the Senate to get something done on that particular issue. Even though we're early in the session, we're already seeing some bills move. The named House File 1 and Senate File 1 both deal with what is called the PRO Act, which would basically codify in law the protections that were previously afforded in Roe v. Wade. Now, at a federal level, Roe v. Wade has been overturned, but at the state level, there's still a state decision that keeps that in place. However, the law would further enshrine those rights. Driver's license for all bill is moving in the House, and what this would do is allow undocumented workers to receive a driver's license. Public safety advocates see this as a way of making our roads safer. Obviously, it's a contentious issue when you're dealing with undocumented immigrants. House File 35 would require both the revenues and expenses of the state going forward to be projected to include inflation. Currently, that is not the case. Revenues include inflation calculation, expenses do not, and as a result, when you hear about budget surplus, it's not actually an entirely honest number. Finally, House File 37 passed a bipartisan House with a vote of 111 to 19, all local legislators voting in favor. This would prohibit discrimination on the basis of hairstyle. This is Michael Wojcik with your Legislative Rundown.